Well, let me kick this thing off. So, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jay Faith, as I hope you know. But in case this is your first time listening, I appreciate you for tuning in. I want to say peace and God bless, as always, for you tuning in to the Right Mind Podcast. This is episode 182, and as you probably heard us earlier, I can't believe that we are quickly approaching episode 200. But it's one day at a time. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, and let's just appreciate the moment that we're in. Anyways, I want to say peace and God bless, as I said. Shout out to the team. Shout out to Crispy. Shout out to Life. I appreciate you guys as always. Check us out, rightmindpodcast.com. Appreciate you guys. Get all your episodes, subscribe, like, all the fun things, social media. If you like social media, I'm not really a big fan of social media, but you know what? We got to deal with it. It's where we're at. So check us out. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, like us or ding the bell, something, set a reminder or something. New episodes every single Wednesday. I don't know why I've had to think about that when I literally do this thing every Wednesday. But anyways, here we are. It's been a long day, okay? I do a lot of things. Let me live. Jeez. But anyways, I'm going to let this man back into the room.
You can never tell me. You can never tell me. I won't rise.
Yeah, we were just talking about getting to 200, and I felt like it was such a far off distant thing, and then all of a sudden, like, I just saying the words 182, I'm like, oh man, we are not that far away from 200, which is cool. But yeah, we do one a week. One a week. So, I mean, we've been at this since, I mean, I started it like early COVID doing some things, and then officially like started doing it, making it a podcast like 2021. So from 2021 till now, kind of reaching that. But again, it's an episode a week. So, I mean, you figure, you know, there's obviously been weeks that we've missed from, you know, just whatever, or, you know, we take holidays off. We're that cool. We take holidays off and, you know, just spend time with the family, do the important things. But, you know, for the most part, I think last year we did
200.
We're trying to figure that out. That is definitely, we've done like really bigger episodes. Like we've had like 7 people come on and just celebrate.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to do something pretty cool. I don't know if it'd be a live podcast, like crowd with us and we talk, or
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done one. I've never seen it done. I know it's been done. I know people tour and do podcasting, you know, but I've never seen it to know what it looks like. But I don't know. It doesn't hurt to try, and you know,
Yeah, for sure.
we'll see what happens. Maybe do like a podcast and then a show or something. Get a bunch of music people together or whatever. You know, we'll see. Got some time.
There's nothing cooler than like listening to music people talk to each other.
Yeah, those are really good episodes, especially because we're all just different styles, we're different genres, you know, different levels of where we are as far as our careers, you know, and different, you know, just points of like how we approach our careers. So it's cool to just get those perspectives when it comes to music, because I always try to just pick people's brain and be like, well, what do you do? And, you know, see how it works, and always try to take something away from it. So it's cool to just have these conversations with people, whether they're an artist or not. And that's why I've just enjoyed, you know, especially with this Month of the Military Child series with, you know, we've had Keandre, who's from Germany. I had a couple kids from the base, from our program, come on to advisors. It's been really cool just to hear their perspectives on things. So it's been really cool. I've definitely enjoyed it, and it's just, I mean, you know, it's just eye opening to get to know you guys and just kind of hear that stuff. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll start it off by saying like I really appreciate what you do for military kids. I see on Instagram you're like going to the Pentagon or whatever to
Dude, that
represent
was
us, and I just think
crazy.
that's really cool. Like man, I don't know. Military kids are such a small part, not only of like the government, but of the military, and
Hmm.
it's just crazy to think about how their priority are the people, right? The people doing their jobs, but they do all
Hmm.
these things for the kids as well. That's just really
Hmm.
cool. And then there's people like you who go out there and it's your job to make us feel seen and comfortable. And that's like you can't put a price tag on that. That's life changing.
Yeah, man. I tell people all the time, and this was kind of the conversation that I had with Ryan, who is an advisor from Germany. This is the episode that just dropped technically today. And,
Hmm.
I've had many opportunities to like move up, get higher pay, all the
Hmm.
things. And granted, I would still be within youth programs, but just the things that I'm able to do as team coordinator and the things that I get involved in, I'm like, I mean, yeah, I would love to get paid more doing it. I mean, who wouldn't, especially when it's something that you really like or love? I would say love. But, those other jobs, yeah, you can get better money. It's like those that really doesn't sway me to wanna to move up. It's literally like hanging out with you guys. Like we still hoop, like we're still, teaching kids how to play basketball, hooping it up in the gym, dunking on people, all the things, and night hoops still going on. Like
You said
it's
dunking
stuff
on
like
people.
that.
You've been dropping the rims.
Yeah, I did have to drop the rims. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Being 5'9" and having just rusty knees, you gotta lower them a little bit. Um, but yeah, that stuff, man. Like that is why I show up to work. That work is not to make this all on me, but work is not perfect. It never is, but it really is you guys that makes me want to show up. It's like what can I do for you guys today, essentially. That's kind of my mentality when I kind of walk in the door. Like what do I need to do today that is going to benefit you guys today, tomorrow, next week, couple months from now, even a year, just because of just how things work.
I think it's kind of surprising because I feel like there's a lot of stuff where the government really misses, but
Hmm.
when it comes to like military kids, it's it's very interesting how you really feel very seen as a military kid actually due to month of military child, all that. Like I guess since I've done this my whole life, I don't realize like really how much of a sacrifice it is because
Hmm.
I don't really understand anyone else's life. But in reality, like yeah, it's a pretty big sacrifice. So it's pretty cool to once a year or for 1/12 of the year you kind of get commemorated in front of your school or whatever. Just you just get feel seen there,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I don't know. It's just yeah, it's just nice to be commemorated like that. I don't know where I'm going with this.
No, I get what you're saying because when you look at, and I'm trying to help you out, it's like when you look at the lifestyle that you guys are kind of put into, because you're put into it because obviously it's your parents that are the ones that are serving, but obviously you've got to travel with them, and so there is a sense of, I don't want to say being unseen, but because you move, it's like 1 minute you're here, 1 minute you're gone. So then, you're off you're in a new location trying to get people to see you because you're the new kid, and trying to get yourself kind of acclimated to where you are. And so it's like you said, it's there's some benefit when at least once a month it's like, kind of all eyes on me type of deal to be recognized on just the life that I really true live and be like, this is who I am. Like, you may not have known that, but I'm here. And granted, I don't know how long I'll be here, but like, I do exist. And this is it. I think it's a great opportunity for people to recognize too, again, the lifestyle that you guys live. Like, because sometimes they just don't understand, and then all of a sudden, month of the military child pops up, and then they're like, "Oh, I didn't." You get all the fun facts of military kids. Before they graduate high school, move like 6 to 9 times. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, like I didn't realize that." And then you're like, "Yeah, like this is like the 10th place I've lived." And then like, oh, like there's kind of that light bulb moment, hopefully for them. Wherever you go, of people that just kind of like it finally clicks for them to kind of understand that things are a little bit different for you guys as military kids. We are just kind of working through some technical difficulties right now. Maybe he's back in. I'm going to try to see. Oh, yeah, I see him in there. Give me 1 second. This is my guy. And now my connection is going to drop. But I'm going to keep talking. Hopefully it continues to record. Hopefully he bears with me in the whole disconnection thing. It's cool. It's technology. Always seems to fail us, but it's okay. We're going to keep pushing forward with that. But anyways, yeah, we are episode 182. I'm here with my guy, Caspian. He used to come to my program. So this is just another cool, just homecoming, welcome back, kick it, do all the things. Super excited for that. But as soon as I get internet connection, and I hope that this thing is still recording, at least on my end. I'm hoping, because I haven't like disappeared yet, right? Is y'all get to hear this, but I'm going to check in on him. Don't mind me. Yes, I'm using my phone. Okay, you lost me this time. You lost me this time. My bad. Yep. It's not me. It's It's very interesting. I really don't understand the whole Wi-Fi disconnect when Oh, wait, hold up. Wait a minute. We back. Okay, we're going to take advantage of this. We're back. Hold up.
I just realized it was still recording, and I might need to do something interesting to keep the people involved.
No, you're good. I was trying to do the same thing. I was talking on my side. I'm like, maybe I'll just keep talking, and we'll just see what happens and whatever comes out on the back end recording.
Should I do my intro now?
Yeah, let's do that. While we have the internet connection,
Sure.
Let's have you introduce yourself.
All right. My name is Caspian. Do you want last names or?
No, it's cool. However you want to approach it.
Cool. I'll do Caspian. And I live in Singapore. I've been a military kid my whole life, and I've been here in Singapore for 3 years. But I've lived just about half my life in Asia, Korea, Japan, all that. Move around a lot in the U.S. I've actually been to every state, and yeah, that's my life.
You've been to every state?
I've been to every state.
Dang, bro! Like
South Alaska a little bit ago.
Like, all right,
not visited.
Living, or just like I've either like passed through or like made a stop there.
Yeah, like made a stop there ish. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I'm like, dang, if you lived in every single 50 state, that's crazy. But okay, I get it. That's pretty cool. Huh?
I'm 17 as well.
I don't think people really recognize that, in the sense of not like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're 17, but being able to conquer 50 states before the age of 18 is pretty incredible. Mm-hmm. Like when you really like peel it back and like look at that, like that's something like really cool to like talk about.
Yeah, I got so much time left that like I gotta have like a new goal. I gotta do something in every state now instead of just passing through.
Yeah. You got to do. Yeah, now you got to do something, like whether it's visit a museum or a landmark or
Yeah, go bowling.
jog a mile, who knows, like whatever.
Jogging
Just be
mile's
like,
pretty good. That's a good idea.
like I jogged a mile and
Just
every,
get
I
out the
don't know,
car,
and
jog a
every,
mile, jog back, get back in the car.
that's what I'm saying, man. Like this is little, and that's unique because like some people's like, yeah, like I go to, I don't know, California, I go see the, the Walk of Fame or something. It's like, yeah, like everybody does that. But like who just like shows up and is like, yo, I'm just run a mile and then I'm just peace out.
Just cross the quarter of the state boundary.
Yeah, right. Or it's like, see if you could do like kill like 2 states with 1 stone. Is that how it works? You find the border. Yeah, like run like half a mile through one, cross the border, run another half, and then come back and then be done.
You ever been to Four Corners?
I have not. I've heard that's really cool though.
I mean, it's not that crazy when you think about it, but like
yeah, I mean, for
cool.
what it is. And people are like, oh my God, I'm standing in like 4 states at the same time. It's like, I mean, technically, like you probably only hit like 2 because you can't. I mean, unless you literally like ballet.
They have like a mark for like where the lines combine. So technically you are, but it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know everybody's like, oh my gosh, like that's such, and then you're like, oh, it's just 4 lines that connect together. It's like, all right, see you later. Like it's kind of just like you look and you're just like, all right, that's it. Like, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know.
That's what it was. Yeah. No, you're right.
Dang. Okay, so do I need to go there?
Let's take the road trip.
Yeah. See, I'm not a road trips are really not my thing.
Really? I'm the opposite. So you give your take and I'll give mine.
When it comes to road trips, like I gotta get there. I have to get there. I don't like the just sitting, driving, like straight roads.
Well, I guess it's because you're driving, right? You're the one driving all the time.
Usually, usually.
Yeah. Well, I'm not.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yo, I gotta. Yeah. I'm like, yo, I gotta get there. Like, can we? And then you look at the GPS and it's like, you have 8 hours to go. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I don't even want to, like, can we just turn around? No, because you have 16 hours to get back home. So it's like, I think that's my issue too. Because like I've done trips to, I've done Florida, I've done San Antonio. I think those are like the furthest that I've kind of gone.
I mean, Massachusetts and San Antonio is wild.
Yeah, dude, tell me about it. No, so the longest one I did, it was my wife and I. We did Mass to, this was all in one trip. Mass, it was right before COVID. Mass to North Carolina. We stopped at her brother's house. North Carolina to Florida. Stayed with her mom for like, I don't know, it was like 3 days or something like that. This was just before Thanksgiving. Drove to San Antonio. Had Thanksgiving there. It was the first time I'd ever had Thanksgiving with that side of my family. Drove up to Memphis and then Memphis home. Like all one trip.
Wow.
I mean, it was cool because like we, crossed off a lot of people, but it was just, for me, once you reach a certain point that you've gone farther out, yeah, you're kind of stuck. It's like, no matter which way I go, I still have just a crap ton of hours in driving that I have to do. So it's like if I go further, then I just increase the number that I have to go back.
Yeah, that's true.
But even if I still want to turn around, I still got like 8 hours. So I'm like, I just gotta get there. Like flights are my thing. Like just get me there. I'm cool with just like I did Washington Mass to Washington State, flying 6 hours, and I was ready to lose it. I think it was because I had the middle seat too, which was part of the problem.
That's rough.
But I was like, I need to get off this plane. Like I am just tired of sitting. Like I've done everything that I need to do. I couldn't really do the things that I wanted to do because I was in the middle. Because like you're just like I can't draw. People are sleeping, so I can't really read. Trying to listen to music, but it's like it only gets you so far.
Are
So
you
I'm just
a
like,
are you an aisle or a window seat guy?
um, I like window. I
Maybe you're
prefer
a middle.
window.
I never met one, but
Nah, window for me because I don't like the aisle because one, I mean, if I fall asleep, like sometimes I rock or whatever, or I do the like weird, like about to fall asleep and then you kick up
yeah.
and there's like nothing to lean on. So with the window, typically I'll fall asleep because it just makes things go by faster. So I'll just fall asleep. But and it's like you're kind of just protected with the window and you don't have to worry about, you know, people bumping you with the cart, people getting up for the bathroom. Like, bro, just shut the shade, like I'm out. Like and just leave me alone. So and I usually just hold it. So I'm like, I'm not bothering nobody getting up to go to the bathroom. So I'm just like, just give me the window if I can, and I'll knock out. I mean, when I travel with the kids, with the teens, I mean, I'll usually give them the window just because this is for them. So, but if I'm traveling like for myself or whatever, like yo, hook me up with the window because I ain't trying to just let me sleep.
I think I'm more of a aisle seat. I never can sleep on a plane. It don't matter how long it is. It don't matter what time it is.
Really?
I cannot sleep on a plane, man. I got the
Dude,
I got the weird pillow, neck
I got
pillow.
that too. Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah.
everything. I got the eye mask. Like just nope, awake the whole time.
That's tough. That's tough. Like I don't know what I would do. Like usually, like as soon as I get on and like the AC or like the fake air starts pumping through, I'm like, man, I'm already getting drowsy. Like just like sometimes like I fall asleep before we even start taking off, and I'm just like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. Like I'll wake up in the air. I'm like, oh, all right. So where are we? And then
Where's
I'm like,
breakfast?
yeah, I'm like, yo, the car come through? Oh no, not yet. All right, cool. I'm just go back to sleep. I'm like, I'll look at like the flight calculator. I'm like, yeah, where are we? Oh, you got an hour and a half. All right, cool. Let me put the
Oh,
headphones
that's pretty
in.
nice. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, flip a movie on, and I'm
Oh
going back to
man.
sleep, man.
Last
Like,
year I had a flight to I was going back to Boston, as you know, but
yeah, yeah.
my first flight was to San Francisco, 14-hour flight, and
Nah, nope,
whew,
no,
I
no.
I did everything I could to sleep, man. Everything, just couldn't sleep a wink. You get to the point where you're so tired, like, but you just can't. I don't. Brutal. It's
For
brutal.
yeah, I was talking to Keandre because he's from Germany and he comes over to the States for like Keystone and BGCA stuff. And I asked him the same
It's gotta
thing
be a
because I
long
was like,
flight.
dude, like 14 hours, like what do you do? Like, especially when you're in like, the movies are like, oh, 14 hours, like you got the bed, your feet are up, like you're kicked back, like you do whatever. It's like, nah, bro, like you bumping elbows with everybody
Yeah,
else.
for real.
I'm like, what the heck? Nah, man. And for 14, bro, that's like that's a whole day. That's literally a whole day. Because the remaining 8 hours is like you going to sleep. Is like your
Well,
sleeping
after that,
schedule.
I ended up doing another. What was it? Another 10 to get to Massachusetts. So it was a full
See
day.
it, boy, yo, nah. I'm not, nah. It's like I wanna go overseas. I mean, I think I wanna go to Europe for sure. But like the whole like I'm literally flying a whole day. Nah, man. That's why I don't like road trips.
Yeah.
Cuz it's like if I go to Florida, it's easily like 24 hours. So it's like when I'm taking leave or whatever, like I got to factor in like 2 days that I'm just not going to do anything but drive.
Yeah. I gotta what's it, in July? I'm coming back to Pennsylvania for World. I mean, that's just a
Super
brutal flight
dope.
already. And then I'm going back, what, 3 days after or something? Packing up the house, and 2 weeks later, coming back back to the US. So I'm gonna be flying like, man, maybe close to 40 hours in the span of 2 weeks.
Nah, nope. Nope. I'm all set. Nah, dude. And you're moving? Nah. I hate moving from down the street. You want me to do all that travel and move? Nah, I'm cool.
Man, that's something I never experienced. Like, I hear people
That's
like
crazy.
moving in the same city, moving from house to house. I've just never even thought about that. Like, but you ain't going across the world.
Yo, I never thought of that before when it comes to military kids. Like, y'all never move down the street is crazy. Yo, that's wild. Yo, hold on. I gotta mark this down.
It's
this
like
crazy.
dad comes in, he's telling us we're moving. We're like, where? And he gives us 3 options, and they're all like triangularly on opposite sides of the globe.
Dude, that's yeah, it's like, me, I'm like, like which apartment, which house, and down the street, within I don't know, like 15-mile radius am I moving to? Y'all are like, we gotta fly to get to our next house. Like, what's up? Like what y'all do? That's crazy. I never even thought of that till you just said that. That's crazy. Yeah, because I've never thought of that. Like, I've had we've had kids like move off base type of deal, but like I've never really kind of put that together. But like now that you say that, I'm like the percentage of military kids that have moved within a 10-mile radius of where they were is probably like 1.5%. Like it has to be.
Yeah, probably.
Something like that in comparison to all of them. That's crazy. I can't believe that's kind of mind-blowing when I really think about it. I'm like, yo, this guy. Where are you guys off to next? Like, because you've been in Singapore for, you said 3 years, right?
Yeah, just about 3 years done. Then we're moving to San Diego, which is hype.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
So that's not,
it's like
you got good weather.
First time, yeah, for sure. Probably like the first time I'm gonna be near like, kind of like, how LA is like very important in the world right now. I guess like just the basketball teams, everything like
for sure.
Kind of everyone knows about LA and stuff. It's gonna be my first time like being near, 2-hour drive to like a city like that. So instead of being on like the outskirts, which is where I normally am, whether that be in the world or just on a military base, not close to like a major city, it's gonna be a little different, and that's exciting.
Right. Yeah, because LA is, you compare it to Boston, that there's still, LA is LA. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
So it's like, Boston is great. It's a major city. It's definitely, well known compared to, it's up there with, New York City, Miami, those kind of places. But like when you throw LA in the picture, it's like, as much as we'd like to compete,
You've seen some of those LeBron graphs where it's like everyone else and then him up here.
Yeah. It's literally like that. It's like, when it comes to comparing at least city, it's LA. Like there's so much there.
Yeah. It's gonna be very crazy, especially compared to Boston.
Yeah.
Boston's like sleepy compared to that.
Yeah. Oh, facts. I know. I've only been to LA. I didn't really go to LA. We flew into LAX and then we went to Anaheim for a conference. So like I didn't really like get to explore anything, but that's like the only time I've been to LA.
The thing about Singapore is, what is it? I think we have the best airport in the world. I'm not sure if that is still true. I know like, what was it, Hong Kong or something was competing with us, but the airport here is so good. It's gotten to the point where you can basically fly without your passport. You just walk up to the terminal. They just scan your face. They're like matching a passport that's already in the system, lets you in. Like, you basically just walk on the plane. Like,
why can't we do that? Like, that's so much easier. Like, why you gotta like make me like get this like super secret passport and this super secret mass ID and with the check and the real ID? Like, you guys gave me the ID. Why is it not real enough for you? And then like if I forget it, then like I get to go nowhere. Like what are we doing? Like when you can just scan my face into a system. Like you guys have the technology just in general, just like with the US of like, you know, you scan somebody's face in like a video or whatever, and then the cops are able to pull up your profile or whatever. It's like if y'all can do that, like why can't we have a system just take a picture of my face, upload it, and then like I can just go wherever. Just make sure it's me. You know what I mean? Like this is crazy, man. Wasting my time.
That's what I'm saying. It's Changi Airport. It is so incredibly efficient and insane. They have like a waterfall inside. Like, have you seen pictures of that? It's you gotta look it up. It is pretty crazy. But I'm very scared of LAX now because like I know it's gonna take hours.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, especially now. Like when we went, this was 2022 when we went. So, I mean, there wasn't really like any major things, whereas like now, you know, flights in the US and stuff it's a little different. And then with gas and all that other stuff, it's a little different, but I mean, it wasn't bad, but I mean, I was kind of just like, where's my Uber? Like, let's just get out of here. Like, I wasn't trying to look for anything else. So, just kind of where we were at the time.
I don't think I explained it, but I used to live in Massachusetts with Jay here. He worked at the youth center, and just about every day I would pull up to the youth center and get some hoops in. He taught me how to play basketball.
I tried a little bit, you know. But you were big into the disc golf too, though, because I mean we had the disc golf. We had a couple nets too, and I just remember like, it was like every time, and
they
every
put it in
time
the
you're
course
like,
right after I left.
I know. I was like, yo, like this dude has been begging for it, and like you know we had like these old school chain ones that we'd have to try to drag out. Half of them were broken. He's like, yo, can we just like toss one in a corner, and can I just chuck some frisbees at it, you know, some discs at it?
I used to bring them to the youth center, didn't I?
Oh, that's right. Because I think you buy one?
The gym. Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, because you were like, because I think they either were too broken or we ended up getting rid of them because they were broken. So you were like, yeah, I just bought one. You just show up and be like, yo, Mr. J, can I just like set this up real quick? And I was like, I mean, there's no one else in there, so go for it. Like,
exactly.
Then you leave and just like anywhere else, that you as soon as you leave, they install something that you're like, yeah, this would have been great if I was here.
10 times more effective or efficient.
Yeah, they got a pretty interesting course over there. I mean, I haven't really I don't play disc golf like that. But I mean, I see people play all the time. So
really, that's good. When I pulled up, when I just visited, you know, it was like a funeral over there. No one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. I remember
what day it was. Might have been a weekday, but yeah. There was no one. So I thought maybe it was kind of gone to waste.
Yeah. It was either a Tuesday or a Thursday. I do remember that, and the only reason I know that is because I was teaching somebody basketball, and they weren't able to go, but we were able to hoop it up, so that was cool. I was like, I mean, I think it all just worked the way that it should, and so I'm like, I'm not complaining.
That was a God moment for me, for sure.
Amen. Yeah, 100%. Because I checked my phone before I left work. So I don't know if I told you. So on my phone, I don't know if you have an iPhone, but it has the what's the word? I'm just looking at it because I'm like the different focuses. So I have one for, you know, I have one for work, one when I go to church, when I'm working out. So it's like certain notifications will pop up, you know, allow certain people to get notifications for people that text me or call me, whatever, social media stuff, all the things, right? And so Messenger was, I was on my work one, obviously, and Messenger is not one that the notifications pop up. So I mean, I finish up my day. I'm gathering all my stuff, like, just toss my phone in my pocket. I'm like, yeah, like, I'll check when I get there, see, but I'm like, I'm kind of early. So, maybe I'll just kind of just wait for them to get there, whatever. And so, I got there, and then I think I ended up talking to you as soon as I got there. So like checking the phone was not even a thought, because I was like, yeah, they'll just show up. They'll come, whatever. And so we hoop, we do the thing, whatever. And then I think we had paused in between a game or something, and I was like, yo, like they're just like mad late. Let me check my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I check my phone, and when she texted me that they weren't coming, like I was technically still at work. So like if I had checked that, I never would have went to the gym. I would have just went home.
Yeah, it's
because
crazy.
I didn't check it. I went to the gym, we got to hoop, and that's why I said, man, yo, that's like a God, that, like you said, like that's a God moment right there, man. Like that had to happen.
Mm-hmm. So what happened was I pulled up to Massachusetts to stay with a friend for, I don't think it was over the summer?
I feel like it was. I feel like it was, because it was definitely hot. It was definitely hot.
So I pulled up over the summer, and I was staying with a friend, and he's a disc golfer too. So that's basically what we were doing the entire time for a week or so. And every day we would go out, and like all day we would just disc golf. And then one day I was like, okay, well, I want to reserve one day for going on to Hanscom, seeing all my friends.
Yeah.
So I do that, and when I moved away, I had a phone, but like I got a new phone, so all the numbers had switched, and I didn't have Instagram by the time I had left. So I really had no way of contacting them, and I just went around and knocked on their doors of their houses. Seriously, I spent like 2 hours just walking around base,
Dang.
to all the different spots, just knocking on doors. No one answered me. No one. And I was like, dang, they all moved. They all moved
That
on me.
sucks.
But I don't know if that's true. I don't know if they just weren't there. But after that, I was just like, all right, well, I'm going to the youth center then. I'm going to see Jay. Youth center's closed. Right?
Oh, that's
Pull on the door,
right.
it's
Yeah.
closed. And I remember being ticked off about that when I lived there. Like, how y'all closed for summer camp or whatever it was. I don't even know.
Yeah, I forget what we were doing. But I remember, not to cut you off, I remember being like in the office, like just before going to the gym. I was getting something or doing something. But yeah, I forget why we were closed or what we were doing. I might have been just supporting school age, so we were closed, but
But yeah, after that I was just like, well, I know they got a nice hoop gym down at the gym. I guess that's the best I can do, Like I'll just go there, work off a little bit of this stress or anger right there. And I just did that for the hour and a half, and then you pulled up, and it was just like, I don't know, it was crazy because in that moment you were literally the one person I needed. Like whenever I couldn't find no one, like I needed the guy who, I don't know, helped me grow up, and you showed up. like come on, man, that's special, man.
yeah. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool to hear. Yeah, I had just, and I was, because I was, it was crazy too. Is I was not trying to hoop that day. I did not have the right. Well, so what happened was, I think I told you in the time, but just sharing for the people to give context. That night hoops, it was the first night of night hoops. I like stepped on some. I was trying to do this like behind the back.
Hurting, right?
Yeah, I was trying to do this like behind the back, like gonna pass it or shoot it or something. And I ended up stepping on this dude's foot, and like my ankle just went like both ways and like cracked all the thing. I'm pretty sure I broke it. But of course, me being me, continued to try to play on it throughout this whole time. Didn't go to the doctors, whatever. So I was like, I brought like the shoes that I had wore that day, which were low tops, which I had never really worn low tops like that before. And I'm like, now I know why, because, you know, rubber ankles over here, got to wear the high tops. So, you know, I was like, I'm not trying to hoop. Like, I'm going to just bring the low tops and just, you know, because I was going to teach like a 9-year-old to play basketball or, you know, kind of coach her into playing. And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just, you know, whatever. So, and then all of a sudden you're like, yo, like, you want to like hoop? And I was like, all right, I mean, all right, here we are. So let's just do it.
All right. You building up all the excuses now. Man, I didn't have my high tops. My leg was hurting. I beat him, by the way. I beat him.
Nah. Listen. I don't. We didn't even keep score. First of all,
You didn't keep score. I did.
He was like, I was keeping. He was like, I was keeping record just for this moment, just to be like, yo, Mr. J kept everything.
Hey, I'll give you credit. You nutmegged me first, but then I got you back. I did it.
That's right. I forgot I did that. You were like, no. I was like, yes, I still got one thing.
I got.
Oh yeah, because I think that when I did that, I think I showed you the video I did with Tanner, where I had dribbled it down. I was like on the baseline, and I had turned, and I literally threw it behind my back, and then it went between his legs, and then I grabbed it and just went for a layup, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. Like, nah, man. I mean, I chose to play too, so it's like, I mean, if you're gonna play on a bum, if you're gonna play on a bum ankle, knowing that it's a bum ankle, like, you can't complain when you lose. Like, you can't use that, or I should say, you can't use that as an excuse when you lose. It's like, you chose to play. Like, you could have just not.
I think part of that moment was, it was like when I left, right? You were the guy who would play ones with like Jordan or Michael or whatever, right? These guys, Jordan and Michael.
I know, right? Yeah.
But you would play ones with them, right? And it would be kind of competitive, and they were like good hoopers, right? Very athletic kids, right? But if we ever played, you would be joking around, you would be bully balling, right? But just to come back and to have it be actually like competitive with someone I would consider like my coach or the closest that I have was it was cool. And sure, maybe you didn't have your high tops, but
he's never gonna let me live that down now. Next time, bring your high tops.
I need a rematch now that exactly.
Yeah, my ankle's better now, man, and my shot, bro. My shot is
crispy.
I'm telling you, I'm getting better. Like I refuse to let that thing go, man. I'm still working on it, man. But yeah, I mean, Michael's gone. But yeah, to what you said, yeah, I mean, when it comes to stuff like that, as far as like, you know, when I play ones, it's like I try to judge too, like, who I'm playing against. Like, if it's somebody that's learning, like, you know, my mentality is different than, you know, somebody like you now, like Michael, where it's like, I know they can hoop, so now it's time to like challenge them so that they can get better. Because it's, you know, if you play easy, you know, it's like the saying, like, practice how you play. It's like, if you know how to play, like, if you're down to like actually play a game, like, if you want to horse around, like, that's different. But like, if you're down to play, like, yo, like, let's play till, you know, if you're like, yo, let's play to 11, like, let's play, like, let's, you know, let's both get better. Because I mean, it helps me too. I'm trying to get back into just kind of the basketball mindset and really the gameplay type of stuff that I've been kind of out of for a little bit. So I'm like, let's like really hoop. Like, if you want to play, like, let's play. Like, let's hoop.
Speaking of Jordan, something crazy happened, like a realization. Whereas as a military kid, the majority of the time when you leave a place, you never see those guys again. Never. But
that's true.
There's some rare circumstances, and there's a couple that I can go into here. But the one I'm thinking of is Jordan. I followed him on Instagram, and just the other day, I saw he moved to San Diego, man.
Oh, snap.
Military so base on San Diego. I'm going to see him again.
That's crazy.
I still got his yearbook from Hanscom I need to give him.
Oh, snap. That's crazy. Yo, I remember. Was it? I remember. Were you there when he left?
Yeah. Man, people were crying in the
Dude, that
parking lot.
was, dude. All right, since we're like years, not like in age, but I'm saying like years from when that happened,
Yeah.
that may have been, and I'm not saying this like towards you, that may have been like top 3 like most disrespectful teen nights I'd ever been a part of.
Really? Like hyper competitive trash talk, or what you talking
It
about?
wasn't it wasn't even night hoops. So obviously it was night hoops because that was the last night that he was there. My issue was, and it was the same thing with Mr. Derek. Mr. Derek will back me up on this. First off, we were like, all right, guys, like it's midnight. Like it's time to go. Like I got to drive home.
That's right.
Mr. Derek's got to drive home.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love y'all, but like I got to go too. And you know, again, I'm not sympathetic of, you know, your friend, your guys' friend leaving. I'm like, you know, in the back of my head, I'm like, y'all had all day, y'all had all week to kind of say your goodbyes.
It was a little
Not,
last minute.
but I mean, obviously I understand it. I mean, I've only like been in that scenario with the kids, like in a very smaller percentage like that, where it's like I've created such a strong relationship with a kid that I'm like, I'm literally about to cry that you're leaving right now. That's only happened a couple times.
I'm one of those times, right?
Yeah, of course. No, I was like, somebody was like, oh, Caspian's leaving. I was like, damn, like for real, like it's always the good ones that gotta leave. Like, why can't the kids that? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so like, you know, like we're trying to get everybody out the door, and then I'm like, all right, guys, like you gotta go home. Curfew is over. Like security forces is out. Like I don't want anybody getting in trouble. Y'all are hanging around the front of the youth center. Y'all have to go home. Like y'all have to leave. And then me and Mr. Derek are closing up the building, and then people are still outside. And I'm like, is nobody listening to anything that we are saying? Like,
yeah, I agree with you.
Like, when did the respect as an adult like disappear to like y'all just ignoring everything that we're saying? Again, I get it, but like at the same time, y'all literally have to go home. Like you are, granted, again, as long as you're leaving an event, like you can be out, but like the event's over, like go home. Like, and then
honestly, I don't remember like your guys' side of the story. I don't remember what you guys were saying. I don't know if I didn't hear it or just don't remember it now. But
yeah.
It was drawn out. It was my brother came to pick me up in that parking lot, and he was probably standing there for a good like 10 minutes while people were just like tearfully saying their goodbyes.
Yeah, I'm like in my head, I'm just like, all right, like how long do y'all need to say goodbye? Like the dude is, you know, like say goodbye and like go. Like I don't. But what frustrated me too, not like frustrated. So like I pulled back that Monday. I pulled back the cameras because I was like, let me see how. Because we ended up just like leaving. I'm like, you know what? They get in trouble. Whatever happens, like that's on y'all. Like at that point, you know. So I go back on the cameras, and granted, like you can't really see much. Like you could see a little bit of like the, you know, the kind of the parking lot type of deal. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, yo, it's like 1:15. Y'all still outside in front of the youth center.
I think I left by then.
Jordan got in the car, and then like people were chasing him down the street in like they're running after the car. I'm like, if you get like run over, someone's foot gets run over, like someone gets hurt. I'm like, but it was just the fact too that like people stayed until like 1:15. I'm like, what are y'all doing out there? Like, go home. And I was just, it was just frustrating because it was just like, especially with the kids that were there, I think with certain kids, I mean, and again, I mean, I'm yelling and ranting and raving. Like, I'm over it now, obviously. He's like, yeah, I could tell. But
you look like you're over it.
Yeah. But it's just like that group of kids, for the most part, you kind of have like this kind of like just good relationship where it's like, if you say something, like people will respond. And it was like I thought we were kind of at that level, and I'm not saying like you specifically. I'm just saying like as that group, right? And I was just like, the fact that nobody moved and that nobody left and that everybody just ignored everything that me and Mr. Derek had just kindly asked them to do was like really frustrating. And I was just like, that like kind of put at the time just like a very sour taste of just like, if y'all ain't gonna listen to us, like when we're just trying to like, again, we understand the circumstances, but like if y'all could please just go for your benefit, like, and nobody responded, and I was like, that was just tough. But again, I mean,
Feeling guilty and getting scolded for something 3 years ago.
nah. Again, that's why I said, I'm like, this is like years. I mean, this is, if I was still holding grudges, like I mean, shame on me for holding a grudge that long. First and foremost, I mean,
there's a little bit there. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, I mean, half the kids are gone anyways. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know, right? Seriously, man, that's a drive home. Come on now.
That's true.
No, I mean,
we didn't really understand because we all lived on base, like 5-minute walk, But like,
yeah,
I don't know where you live, but it is off base, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 30 minutes.
Dang.
It's like a 30-minute drive, depending on how fast I drive. But that's neither here nor there. But I mean, like half those kids have graduated or are gone.
Not grade, most of them.
Not graduated, but like
just about.
Like Tyler, I know. I'm trying to like. This is like very small. Like Tyler's gone, I think.
Tyler's gone now.
Huh?
Tyler's gone now.
Yeah. Like I know Tyler is gone. Michael's gone. I don't think Michael was outside, but Michael's gone now. He moved off base. He's somewhere like near Worcester, I think.
He goes to Bedford, I think.
No, I think he's out near like Worcester now. I think he's in the whole school because like he's out there. I think from what I recall, or at least what was shared. I think half of the kids are definitely not here anymore. So I'm like, there's only been like a rare couple that have been here forever. When I lived
in Korea, this was, what was I? Probably like 10. Lived there for 3 years. My older brother, Koa, had a friend named Chris, and Chris was older than me. So they were friends, and we both moved our separate ways, kind of forgot about each other, really. And then when we came here to Singapore, we moved in and realized our next door neighbor was Chris. Like literally across the street was Chris.
That's crazy.
Family. So, and now this time it was like we're both old enough where the age difference doesn't really matter that much. So we became good friends, actually. We started going to the gym together. He's in the military right now, works in Japan now. But
crazy.
Yeah. Oh, he said he would go to boot camp for 2 weeks, and then he would be back. And that was the last time I saw him 2 years ago.
Dang. So he probably like,
I don't think he really
boot camp.
What he was signing up for.
Yeah, he probably was like boot camp, 2 weeks, graduated, and they were like, "You're out of here, buddy. Like you're going here. Like we got you stationed, ready to go.
Yeah,
see you later." But that's what it's like though. Like I didn't realize how drastic the move situation is until like a couple weeks ago. I was sharing this on the last episode, but I'll share it with you. It's like I was working at school. I was helping school age, and a parent came in and she was like, "Hey, so like today's my daughter's last day. I just found out today I'm moving. Like they're giving me a new space, and like we won't be back. Like I leave like I
Oh
leave like
man,
on Monday. It was like a I leave on Monday type of thing.
that's
Like it was
crazy.
a Friday. Yeah, it was a Friday, and she's like, yeah, like I'm out of here. Like I gotta pack up everything, and like I'm peacing out. Like my daughter's
Wow,
going somewhere, and then like I gotta go. Like I was like, you like they don't hold back on nothing.
that's
Like
what.
if you gotta go,
I mean,
man.
I never been part of that one. Like that's pretty wild.
Yeah. Yeah, at least you got like some notice. You're like, all right, like pick your options, where you want to go. All right, let's see if
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
available. And
Normally
then
we knew we would be here 3 years, and then once that time is up,
hmm.
it's a new place. Yeah,
I mean, that's gotta be a little bit comforting in a sense of like knowing kind of exactly how long you'll be in a place where, for some people they're like, I don't know, like I could be here a year, I could be two, it depends. And then all of a sudden you're like, you know, you're anticipating a year and a half, and then they're like, oh, all of a sudden you're like, oh man, I've been here for 3 years. You're like, oh, this is weird. But I mean, it must be good to have some sort of consistency in that, even though you're moving again. But just kind of just knowing, like, okay, like I have 3 years to just do what I need to do,
yeah. I guess so.
and
Yeah, like just a
having
time
some
frame.
sort of a timeline versus like, I don't know typically when people find where they're moving, but it's kind of like, you have what, like a month, 2 months of like, yep, we're moving. And, I got 2 months to kind of just, do the goodbyes, do the
Yeah, yeah.
this, do the that, and all the things versus like,
That's true.
well, I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
I'm gonna, yeah, like I'm gonna be here for 3 years, so like I can kind of like time this thing out, like 6 months to go. All right, like, hey guys, like just letting you know, like I'm gonna be gone pretty soon, so like let's kind of say the goodbyes and do all the things, and plan the last, the last
Last hurrah. Yeah,
the last hurrahs and the last disc golf tournament that we're gonna do, and time that we're gonna play together, like whatever, like just all that stuff versus like, oh crap, I got to do all this in a month because we're out of here. Yeesh, nah,
yeah,
I'm all set. That's
yeah.
that's
That no,
that's
that's
tough.
true. That's true for sure. Um.
Um,
Oh yeah. I wish I used my time here in Singapore a little bit better because
hmm,
commuting
how
is
so?
is kind of difficult. Obviously, the it's an MRT is what we call it, but the train system is way more efficient than the U.S. and it's very good, but it's a very small country and it still takes a while to go to from corner to corner. So I wish I had explored a little bit more. You go to all
Mm,
the touristy spots, but still not even that much. So just recently, these last couple of weeks, I play ultimate frisbee as well. So we have a team and we've been going to games, and then afterwards we all go for like a big bike ride afterwards, just like
nice.
me and my boys. And that has been the best way to experience the country. Actually, it's just like what 2 hour bike ride, 20 kilometers. Like you just see all of these things that you would be on your phone on the MRT, like looking out the
Mm,
window. You can't see it, so I don't
yeah,
know. It's just
I
it
get what you're
really is
saying.
the best way to experience like a small country like that. And there's a lot to experience here for sure. So I intend to do more of that right before I go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think we. Well, I don't say we. Like as military kids, like you guys definitely get a unique opportunity of being able to like experience a lot of things, like I was talking about earlier. Like me, I'm like, oh yeah, like I'd love to go to Europe and kind of see over there the Colosseums, see all like the really old stuff, right? And then but then you have people like you, people like other military kids where they're like, yeah, like I was just in Japan, and like we sightsee, we did a lot of sightseeing over there, Singapore, just seeing all the beautiful stuff that's out there. And you're just like, yeah, like I got to just do that, because that's just comes with the territory. It's like one of the kind of the, if you embrace it in the right way, it's like that's a really cool part of it. It's like
Yeah, for sure.
you guys get to see things that like people like me are like, oh man, like I wish I could get over there. And you guys are like, ha, been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. It was, it's cool.
No, that's true. You just like you're talking about how you wish you were going to Mount Fuji or whatever, and I walk in, Mount Fuji shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh man, like, And you're like, oh yeah. I'm like, how old are you? Like, oh, I'm 17 years old. You're like, what? Like, dude, bro, like I'm 30, 37 going on 38, and like you've already done like more stuff, seen more stuff than I like we were just at the top of this. It's like, oh yeah, just casually like, oh yeah, I've been to all 50 states and I'm only 17 years old. Like what other kid, how many other kids can like really say that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
But it comes with, I mean, one, just wanting to go see that and having, for you at your age, like having a family that's down to do stuff like that, right? But also just the military lifestyle that you guys are in affords you that ability to kind of see a lot of different places, just because of where you guys get put.
In all fairness, like you're correct about just like crossing through states. It's mostly the continental U.S. Just whenever we were moving to, like, we've lived in just about every corner. So that's just a road trip. We normally road trip over like a summer or whatever to a place. So we just cross through stuff like that, right? It's more a matter of just not taking flights for the sake of the views, basically.
Oh, for sure. But even in that, right? It's like, you travel with the movers or whatever, or the truck, or you follow the truck, or you just go at kind of your own pace, just because you still got stuff in your own vehicles, whatever. But it's like you get that opportunity because like you have to move. So let's whether it's taking advantage of it or it's something that you have to do, like you get to experience it. Yeah, that was for everybody else because I got nothing out of it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be truthfully honest, I missed it. But hey,
saying, like, man, I gotta pull a J and do a solo podcast here.
There you go.
So I said not a lot of people know about like where Singapore is necessarily.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's cool.
So for Jay, right now, for Jay, it is 7:47 p.m. For me, it's 7:47 a.m.
I know. When you told me that, I was like, wait, hold up. I didn't realize. I forgot where you told me that you were going, because I remember you told me when we hooped last year, but I forgot, and so I didn't realize it. So you were like, I was like, yeah, like you still good to pod tomorrow, and you were like, well, I don't know, because I'll be in school, and I'll be getting ready to go to school, and I was like, wait, what? I was like, wait, how far?
School, some graveyard shift school.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. He's like, nah, like it'll be 7:30 a.m. And I was just like, wait, hold up, like, okay, completely just. I thought the Keandre the Germany timeline was crazy.
Yeah, what was
and then you were like, there, I think it's like one. Actually, they're like 1 a.m. right now, something like that. Like one, it's like one. I think it's 12:48.
So what is that, like 6?
I think it's like 12:40. Yeah, 5. I think.
5, yeah.
Something like that. I think it's like it's either 12:48 or 1:48. And I was like, dang, like that's tough. And then you were like, nah, I'm a full 12. And I was like,
that's what I'm saying. Rookie.
I'm like,
numbers,
bro. Yeah, I'm like, bro is already into tomorrow. I'm like, I'm still in Wednesday. He's over here in Thursday. And I'm like,
bro,
yikes.
I crack that joke every holiday. I'm like, I'll let you know how Christmas is going to go this year.
Yeah, that's like, it's kind of interesting to think about. But I was just like, man, like, dude is literally like living tomorrow right now. And I was like, yeah, because you were like, oh, because that's what got me, because you were like, oh, I'm gonna be, I got school on Thursday at that time. And I was like,
I'm talking about Wednesday.
I was like, bro, we're filming on, I was like, oh, that's crazy. I was like, that's nuts. But we made it happen. I think
I'm always one step ahead.
Listen, I think this is like a God moment, because you were like, because then you hit me up and you were like, I actually got the day off, so
No,
let's
real,
pull
bro.
up. And I was like,
It's just
all
like
right.
a teacher
I'm like,
work day today. Sick.
oh snap.
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you, man, it's another God moment. Just like, you're meant to happen. Super cool. But I actually do remember what I was saying too. So going across country, you guys get to experience that cool stuff. And what I was saying was, like, how many people, non-military, just wake up, we'll say from Boston, and then just wake up and they're just like, I just want to drive cross country. Like, no one is, I mean, there are people that do like to do road trips. I am not one of them, as we discussed earlier. But like, not many people are just like, yeah, like, I just kind of just want to just cross the country and just like sightsee everything. So to my point is, like, as military kids and based on the situation of having to drive through a lot of stuff, like, you just like kind of have to do it so you get to experience it.
Yeah.
Whereas like some people, it's really, for you guys, it's not so much a choice. Whereas for, civilians, will say, like, it's a choice.
Well,
So,
and we don't have to drive, right? So it's a bit more of a luxurious experience for us. Lounging
yeah,
in
you
the
don't
back.
have to drive. You just get to sit there and stare out the window and eat Funyuns and Cheetos and everything else, and just watch stuff fly by. Well,
All right, solo podcast time. All right, so when I first moved to Hanscom, I didn't really play basketball, but he just texted me. What's he saying? I didn't really, gosh darn it, I didn't really play basketball, but I just made some friends at Hanscom. Dang, that was middle school back then. That's crazy. But and they were hoopers. Jordan, Michael, they were both pretty good at basketball. So I would go to the youth center, and I just kind of fell in love with the game, man. I would go there for hours every day after school, and just shoot by myself because not a lot of people would go and join me. I don't know why, but I would just go and shoot for hours, and Jay would join me occasionally. But I really just taught myself how to play basketball, and occasionally he would give me some like ones tips or whatever, or passing tips, whatever. But yeah, I really just fell in love with it in that gym, and that's why it was so special to return to that area. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go into the gym because the youth center was closed, but that was like a very developmental part of my life, because during that time frame, like, I was struggling mentally, honestly. Like, I was uh I was not doing too hot. I felt sometimes I just get in my head and convince myself that people don't like me. And that's not always true. It's just people have a hard time expressing if they do like someone, and
bam.
it's difficult for people to express that to one another. So I'm just
Ooh,
saying
I kind of
how
want.
I'm just saying how my basketball journey, and how uh when I first started learning, I was going through kind of a tough time in my life where it really felt like not a lot of people were interested in like my company. And at a certain point, it's just kind of like, all right, cool, man. And then you go to the gym and you just have a lot of fun, man. Like, I just fell in love with the game, and at a certain point, if you have these hobbies where you're just proud of yourself in doing them and you just really want to improve. I'm a hyper competitive guy. Like, I can be competitive with myself, right? If I miss that shot, I'm gonna get mad at myself because, right, I wanted to make that shot. So it's like, if I don't have anyone else, I could compete against myself at least, and that can get me through a tough time, for sure. So that's
Yeah.
I first learned, and I told Jay whenever I visited, but I started playing varsity basketball here in Singapore, which isn't that crazy because it's Singapore, right? Like, it's nowhere near the level varsity is in the U.S., but it's very cool in the span of like 3 years or so to work my way up to that.
No, for sure, man. Like, even when we were playing, and I told you this when you were here, it's like to remember where you were, playing at night hoops and just kind of just learning the fundamentals of everything, to how you were playing when we were together. I was like, dude, this is like night and day. Like, this is definitely somebody that has like really worked at the craft of playing basketball. Definitely similar mindset that I have of like, bro, like, you've just like back rimmed like 3 shots in a row. What is wrong with your form? Figure it out, because you need to stop missing, because this isn't good.
This is
like,
that good.
Get it? Yeah, like, get yourself together, figure it out, because you need to be making these shots. You need so when it's game time, like everything's got to be splashing in because you can't be just missing shots. So, yeah, it's a crazy mentality to have, but I mean, even today, like it keeps me pushing to play basketball of just like making sure my form is good, because it's like there's for me too, at least in the position that I'm in, there's gonna be more kids like you that are still coming that like I want to be. Basketball, music, one of the few things that I kind of have some knowledge, I wouldn't say expertise, but just knowledge in that I feel comfortable in teaching. So like, let me be a good example. Let me, make sure that my form is good. Cause if I'm like, yo, like this is how you shoot. And then I'm just bricking everything, then like, who's going to listen to my advice, But if I'm like, just random half court, just like, wow, splash. And I still get the look too all the time. They're just like, I'm like, I can't explain it, dude. Like, it's just, I mean, I've also been playing for 25 years, but
you remember
it's
when,
like,
I think it was, we went to the gym and we were doing some sort of 5-on-5, like youth basketball thing. Not the youth center gym, but the actual gym. We were doing some sort of like skills challenge and then also like a full court matchup. I don't know why we were there. I just remember you were like giving a speech or whatever, and I had a basketball in the bleachers, and I just stood up and chucked it, and it went in. It's just like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
Random. Nah, you probably don't remember it, but to me, I remember it because like it's just like random things like that that just make you fall in love with the sport, man. Like it's just it's the little things most of the time.
No, for real. Like, so, and I always love those moments. It kind of brings me back to, I wouldn't say reality, but just like maybe just like humility of, especially those days where you're just like back rimming everything, like nothing's going in, because and I know those are the times where like you're really trying, like everything is so focused on like, what are my hands doing? What are my feet doing? Like, what is wrong? Like, you're so just like head first into your form and critiquing your form. And then all of a sudden you're just like, you just take it and like hook shot it, or like you throw it behind your back and you're like, oh, whatever. And then you throw it and then like it just goes in. You're just like, I can't explain it. It's just weird, but you do it and then you're just like, I still got it. All right. Let's figure this out. I don't suck as bad as I'm shooting right now because I just hit this dumb half court shot, no look behind the back while skipping in the air, like stupid stuff like that. I love those shots.
I remember all the hours I would spend in the youth center just doing like dumb trick shots like that. Like I remember I would stand on like a pile of big blue mats. On the side,
yeah. Y'all were obsessed with that. It was you. It was what's her name?
And Sophie, I think.
Alora, Sophia, and
Sophia.
It was Sophia and what is her name? She used to come in all the time.
Lorelai?
No, not Lorelai. Lorelai didn't really hoop like that. I mean, the girls really didn't either, but what's her name? Now it's gonna blonde hair. She had braces. She played soccer.
Right, Alexis.
Y'all were like obsessed with like those You're like, yo, Mr. J, like yo, and like y'all would like be literally just like one person would be rebounding, huh?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. Just chuck them from
like
the mat.
one person would be rebounding, and then like the other like three would be just like trying to chuck it up and try to hit it, and I was just like, oh man, like
please don't fall.
It was kind of because y'all would like try to throw it, but then like you were so focused on the shot that like you weren't like looking at that, like you only have like 2 square feet to actually stand on when you're actually shooting this thing. So like half the time you ended up like jumping off the mat. I'm like, someone's gonna like hurt.
Yep.
I'm like I love the creativity because like that's just me. Like I've hit a shot.
We learned that from you, just so you know.
Yeah, probably. like I've done one. I mean, this will probably be hard to explain because obviously visuals is much better. But like I've done one off. So if like you're standing, we'll say you're standing half court, and you're obviously facing one of the baskets. I've chucked it like off the wall to the right into like the basket.
Yeah, like straight up or bounce.
Like I would chuck it, it would hit the wall to the right. So like it would hit the so like we'll say this is the wall. It would go this is like weird trying to do this like backwards. It would like go, it would hit the wall and then go into the rim.
Just
so it would
straight
go
in.
from
That's crazy.
it would yeah, I would have to like arc it so it would like kind of come down.
Yeah, that's a pretty
But-
wild angle. I honestly thought you would have to bounce it from there because that wall's pretty far away from the hoop.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what made me attempt it, and then like I ended up throwing it off one time, and it went pretty close, and I was like,
I can get this.
I can hit that. So of course, you know me, I'm like, all right, challenge accepted.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly,
figure out
man.
how to do this.
Exactly.
I've done that. I think you were there when it was me. I think Michael was there. Well, I know Michael was there, but I think you were there too, where I was standing and I threw the ball backwards against the wall, and then it went into the hoop that was like in front of me,
I do
the
remember that.
center court.
Yeah.
I still have that video too. It's on TikTok. So I got proof of that.
I remember every hoops night, we would if someone did something crazy, man, we would all just run to the security cameras.
Oh my god!
And that was
I know.
the
You're
vibe.
like, Mr. J, run it back.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my god!
got his
Like, I gotta
ankles.
log in. Oh yeah. I do remember that. Yeah, you guys would always just like constantly, or even like if I wasn't even in the gym, like I'd be in the game room,
Yeah, even
and all of a sudden I
even
just
if-
hear screaming
even
coming
if
from the
We
gym.
couldn't check the cameras at the time. We would all be like, remember the time, so that we could check the cameras later.
You'd be like, Mr. J, 415. Y'all just look at the back court. Just
415
watch this
right
dude's. Yeah, just watch this dude's ankles get blown out because he just crossed them up, and then sure enough, like I pull it back, and like somebody was just like doop doop, and then you just see just doo, and I'm like,
Sliding
oh
away.
man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be in like the game room just like doing something, and then I just hear coming from the gym, and then you guys running up, and then they're like, "Where's Mr. J? Where's Mr. J?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm like doing an activity with the kids. What do y'all want?" And then you guys are like, "Yo, you gotta pull up the cameras. You gotta pull." I'm like,
gotta
"Dude,
see
I
this."
can't." Yeah, like you gotta see this. Like the kids, they still do it now that I told them that they record, and like I'll run it back sometimes, and they're like, "Yo, you have to like," because I hit this shot. It was crazy. I'm like, "No, you didn't. No, you didn't." Like, dude, just pull it up on the camera. I'm like, oh man, like forgot my password. Oh, bummer. Like, my bad. Sorry. I actually pulled it up one time because I like busted myself trying to goof with a kid. But I was also wearing Tim's at the time, and yes, I will hold that as my factor for falling.
You were wearing what?
But I was trying to.
Tim's?
Yeah, I was wearing Tim's.
What's
and,
that?
Like boots, like Timberland
Okay.
boots.
Right. Got you.
And I was joking with one of the kids because one of the kids like went to go kick a ball and they missed, and I was like, "Huh." I laughed or something, and then I went to like kick it with my left foot, and like I hit the ball, but like I threw myself off balance, and then wearing the Timbs were like slippery on the floor,
Yeah.
and ended up just like falling on the floor. And I was just like, I literally like I pulled the video back, and I literally just laid there, and I was just like, you know what, like I'm here. Like,
You can't tell anyone about this.
Yeah, I'm like, we're just gonna soak in this because I mean it's on camera. It's there, not forever. It'll be gone in like I don't know 4 months or so, but it's there for now. So we're just gonna bask in this for a moment. So
Is there
it
like
is what it is.
Is there like a topic you want to go into? Because I feel like the viewers probably can't relate to Michael and Jordan and Alexis.
I mean, this is just stuff that we do. You know, this is how, like for me, as we're talking about military kids, right? Like those are the things. Like those are the things that obviously like I remember, because obviously we're talking about it. But those are like the little moments. Like it doesn't have to always be. I mean, going to graduations and stuff is really cool, and I'm honored when I get invited to do those kind of things. But it's really like moments like that of like us just like trying to do trick shots, or falling flat on our face in front of the teens, or getting frustrated that teens aren't leaving the program. Like it's moments like that of of building those relationships for me when it comes to military teens, that like, again, like I said before, it's like that's the stuff that gets me waking up every day and like wanting to come to work. Like, what kind of trick shots are is Caspian going to try today, and which ones am I going to have to try to beat him to make before he does, because I can't let him on my court because I played there first when I was 9 years old. Can't let him score before I do. So like what shot can we try to hit first? Like, it's stuff like that. Like, that really connects me with you guys. It's those little moments, the off ball kind of moments stuff too. It's not just like they did Youth of the Year, or they did Keystone, which I mean are near and dear to my heart. Mm-hmm. But it's also just those little things that I'm just like, yeah, like this was a cool day. I could go home and just like be satisfied of like, I had a good day. This was cool. This was fun. Mm-hmm. This is everything that it should be when it comes to this job type of stuff.
I remember I must have been like 13. You would always say, like, use your catapult, right? Make your arm into a catapult. Think of it like a catapult.
Telling you, man.
You're telling this 13-year-old who's like not got enough strength at all to like like do that. I remember being frustrated, like, man, I cannot catapult this in there. I gotta chest pass it.
Yeah, that's definitely been, especially for me lately. I mean, yeah, I would say lately. I say lately, but like, I mean, maybe within the past year of learning to. I've seen both sides of it, because I was telling somebody, long story less long, like I was trying to learn I'm trying to learn drums, and then I see people that do it very well, and I get frustrated because I want to play it very well. But then it's like, dude, they've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
So on the flip side of teaching basketball, and I do stuff like, treat it like a catapult, and you got to like, just like everything's got to come out like a soda bottle type of thing. And it's like, you have to remember that some of these people have never played basketball, or are not as good, and they may just like not understand those mechanics. And like, you have to kind of break it down a little bit more for it to make sense. Yeah, and that they're not going to get it.
If you said do it like a trebuchet, I think I would have understood that better.
Oh, see, I don't even know what that is.
It's a catapult.
Oh, whatever. This guy. But yeah, like, I can't, and that because then like you're trying to do the catapult, and then obviously it's coming off double shot. Chest passing, shooting, and then I'm like, no, like that's not it, like shoot it catapult, and you're like, I'm trying, but like I'm not, and I'm like, yeah, but like in my head I'm like, why doesn't this kid get it? Like, just do what I'm showing you to do. But it's like, if you don't understand the mechanics because you haven't played basketball that long, or done the drums that long, like you're not gonna understand it. So it's trying to find ways of having that understanding and coaching it in a way that for people to make sense, and also just not getting frustrated with yourself that they're not getting it just yet, and that it's going to take time, which obviously it did, because obviously like you got the mechanics and now you're hooping and you're doing all the things. It just me, I'm like, he's got to get it now because he's got to be a star now. He's gonna come in tomorrow and he's gonna be like, yeah, I just made varsity because the shot that you got me, it's like, bro, like maybe it's gonna take a year, 2 years, but he's gonna, they're gonna get it. Does it happen? Sometimes it doesn't happen overnight.
I gotta ask, like, for you, who I believe you're not a military kid, is that correct?
I mean, technically, yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
My dad was in the Air Force. I didn't live the military lifestyle. He was already out. Way before I was born, so like I didn't experience it. I mean, technically I am, and I have a big military family. So technically yes, but like I don't immediately be like, yeah, I'm a military kid, because for me, like I feel like you got to kind of live it a little bit in order to like really kind of represent it, if you will. That's just me.
Well, so for someone whose job is like your job is representing military kids, right? So it's like, which is not necessarily an experience that you've like completely had.
Yeah.
Is it ever? I gotta figure out what I'm trying to say here, because I don't want to be rude. Like, are you ever kind of jealous of the lifestyle, or you don't want the lifestyle, or anything like that's like really surprised you or intrigued you, or I don't know, because you were talking about how we do get to go to all these crazy places, and you never really got to experience that, but you have to do all this stuff to vouch for us and stuff. So I'm just like wondering, like, how do you address not being a military kid, but or not really being a military kid, but and he's gone. And he's gone. But I don't know, having to represent them, I guess is the best way I can put it. He probably can't hear me right now. Solo podcast again. Let's go. What was I talking about before? Varsity basketball. The season's over. Finished a little while ago. Didn't finish that great, but still very proud of it. Proud of the relationships that I built, and especially with my coach. I think I got to know my coach pretty well, and he's a very cool guy. Ultimate Frisbee. That's been the season so far. We're undefeated this year. We beat a team that has not lost a game in 4 years. They haven't lost a game in 4 years, and we beat them, and that was so cool. That was really special. So pretty hyped about that. Probably gonna get my second Ultimate Frisbee MVP this year, which will hopefully look decent on a resume or something, because it's technically D1 varsity. So I'll take it. But yeah, so that's gonna be cool to go undefeated for the season once we beat this next team next week, and yeah, hopefully we'll put up like a banner. He's back.
There we go. Good grief. I know, I was mad. I was like, yo, this is a really good question.
You got the gist of it?
Yeah. I was like ready to answer, and then it was like, and I was like, no.
Okay. I was looking at your screen, and I couldn't. You were stone faced, right? Like, I was like, oh crap, I'm saying something wrong. And he's just
Nah. I knew where you were going with it, and no, I'm not. It's not a bad question at all. Do I get jealous of the life? I mean, do I want the lifestyle?
Like what it's like representing a group that
what's it like?
Aren't necessarily,
like a part of. Like, what's it like representing that? I mean, realistically, I mean, it's an honor, because I think in the time that I have been here to. I mean, first off, I'm glad that I stuck through it in, doing the school age thing, jumping into the teen stuff, and sticking with the job, because this was not the career path that I thought I was going to have. Growing up, it was definitely not the outlook, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously, but anyways. So first off, just glad to have stuck through it, right? And in sticking through it, like really understanding, because of building those relationships, how important it is to advocate and to be there for military kids, because I was able to experience I've built a really great relationship with kids, and then all of a sudden they're leaving, and it's like, what the heck? And then you get a new group of kids, and then you do the same thing, and then they leave, and then you get a new group, but also seeing their perspective of it, of them trying to create new friends and adjust to a new area, and those kind of things. And so I've definitely, tried to take it upon myself to make that transition as easy as possible. And then, I mean, essentially grown up on base. Like, I went to the original CDC, which is the school age program now, to summer camps from, I think, probably age 9 to 12. So basically the
Are,
entire
are
time
you
that I
telling me
could.
you grew up on Hanscom?
Not like literally, but like,
So
I
like
don't
you
want
were
to
a
say
kid.
figuratively.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because
Wow. I did not know that.
my mom was civilian contracting. So when I was born, I went to the CDC because obviously I needed a place to go. And then for summer camps, I would do the summer camp because she had access to the base. So I would do the summer camp. So I was there almost every summer. So like I still got to meet some of the military kids that were there. Um, I didn't at the time. It didn't hit me that they were like necessarily military kids because like some of them were from off base. So like I wasn't like, oh my gosh, like you're a military kid. I was just like, you're another kid just
Hmm.
like me
Yeah,
type
I
of
mean that's
deal.
all it is really.
Yeah, exactly. And so when I came back and came to work, I was like, I mean, this is kind of like a home away from home because I, you know, technically kind of grew up here
Okay.
in a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sense. So, but it really
You were
took
still in the lifestyle of people coming and going frequently.
yeah, in a
And that's really
sense,
what it's
yeah.
about, yeah.
Yeah. And then like I said, just in taking the job and going through it and experiencing it and seeing the other side of that of teens or just kids in general, coming and going and being able to experience that and get that perspective, you know, I try to do my best to make that transition as best as possible. And then again with the teen programs that I've been able to run, it's really just like an honor to be able to represent who you guys are, and just the stuff that you go through, but also give you opportunities to share that again through like Youth of the Year, Keystone, now with this podcast and having teens come on and talk about their experiences as military kids. Like it's trying to find ways for you guys to have your voices heard because it can sometimes be quieted, not just because you're teens, but then you add in the factor of being a military kid.
But I don't think I asked my question very well, but I think you answered it for sure. And it's kind
Okay.
of just like it takes a lot of humility to obviously you've expanded into it and you're you've experienced the lifestyle, but it takes a lot of humility to represent a group that you weren't necessarily a part of and make it your job. Like you
Yeah.
literally go out there and your job is to represent us, and I'm really impressed by how you yeah, humble yourself really like that. It's very impressive.
I see it as bigger than myself. Not and this isn't me trying to like toot my own horn. Like I've met many advisors and they'll say the same thing. The real ones, the ones that really take this job seriously, whether they've been a part of the military or not, it's so much bigger than myself and what I said on the episode that I did by myself for a month of the military child is like I remember why I started doing this in the first place. And that's you guys. It's the kids. It's like I can try and sit here and complain about you know not that I do anyways, but like I could, working hours or having to do this or having to do that. But at the end of the day, like it's really about you guys. So like when I show up, like I got to make sure like you guys are good because that's who I'm here for. So
Yeah, but that's what I'm
if
talking
if
about.
I'm
Like showing up with the
yeah,
mindset like it's about you guys. Like man, like just not a lot of people have that. It's very admirable, honestly.
thank you, thank you. Like I look at again, not tooting my own horn because I know that there's many advisors that do this, but like I look at like today, right? Like today, like normally my schedule is, I mean, like 8:30, 9 o'clock into the office. Like I went to Bedford High at like 7:30. I worked with our youth of the year to get her speech ready, got into the office, did some paperwork, drove to the BX to pick up some stuff, drove to the Brown building to pick up some more stuff for some big purchases that I did. Then drove to the commissary to get ice cream for the Sunday, the ice cream social that we were doing. Got back to the youth center, had a quick 30-minute lunch, and then like set up all the ice cream, passed out the ice cream, with the kids, and then went into the gym, set up a whole Nerf setup, did the whole Nerf thing with the kids. Like, my day normally is like a 9 to 6 type of thing. It's like doing those extra things and like jumping around and, going place to place, picking stuff up. Like I was driving to Home Depot almost every other day in Waltham to get stuff for a project that we're doing. Like it's stuff like that I'm just like, it's worth it because, but that's like my day, right? It's all for you guys. It's for the teens, If I have to take extra time so that the youth of the year is ready, or, I got to go pick up an order somewhere, like you guys benefit from it. So like, I got to do what I got to do because it's for you guys. So
And the job
if it
changes
takes a
every
little,
day too, so I'm sure that
it
helps
really
with like
does.
burnout.
Yeah. Every day is a new thing. I mean, the schedules, kind of the same. Obviously, like you got your working time, and then you got time where the kids are in the program. But like the stuff that you do in preparation of all that changes, and obviously when the kids arrive, sometimes you don't know what you're gonna get. So it's like you kind of keeps you on your toes a little bit. But it's fun. I keep forgetting you are starting from 6:30 in the morning to now almost 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, my first alarm didn't wake me up as well. So 6:15 is when it woke me up. It meant to be 6. So I was freaking out a little bit.
Nah, you were good. Like that was like kind of in the back of my mind because I was like, all right, let's like put this in perspective. I'm like, if he isn't there, I'm like, don't forget, he's literally probably just waking up. So if he doesn't show, I'm like, it's cool because he's probably sleeping as any normal teenager should when he's got a day off. So
Midnight last night, I was trying to figure out what my mic setup would be. So I got this from the school, like
nice.
a videography department. I was just like,
There you go.
I had all these like different plugs, like had this crazy setup, but it didn't work out. So I ended up finding something simple, fortunately.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes. But we made it work. We made it happen.
Yeah.
We're here. I do want to be mindful of time, but is there any kind of just final thoughts that you want to share as far as just being a military kid, anything that you want to share for other military kids, or like, I say it just always sounds weird to me, but like civilians, like people that just may not fully understand being a military child, like anything that you would kind of share with them, or just anything in general that you want to just kind of
There's
toss out
something
there.
where it's like, it's hard to explain. It's almost like how whenever like a baby chick is born, you don't know what gender it is, and there's certain people who can just like intuitively tell you what gender they are, even though there's no discernible difference. It's like that with military kids, where I can't tell you how I know there's a military kid, but just something about their behavior or their attitude or how they sometimes are like, I don't know, like shift up their attitude very quickly. Something about that. You can just kind of tell sometimes. And especially after someone tells you, you're like, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. We all kind of have this same a couple of features, which I thought was interesting. And I mean, just to general people, I'd say like it's easy for me to say because I've been doing it my whole life. I feel like it's not that we're not obviously that different from anyone else. like it's
Yeah,
not to
yeah,
say
yeah.
we're special humans or anything, but we are blessed with moving around, but it's a blessing and a curse. And uh it's definitely tough to like restart every couple of years. Like, and the person that you meet in a new place, like if you meet a military kid in this place, that might be a completely different person than who they were at the last place. That's something that's kind of
Mm,
exciting is when you go to a new place, you can be whoever you want. You know, you can start out
yeah.
with a new character. You can say, okay, this time, this run, I'm gonna be more expressive. I'm
Choose
gonna
your character.
exactly. I'm gonna be more vocal or more of a leader. And then if you just start out like that, it's much easier to be that character the whole time. So it really develops your
That's a good
character
point.
being in all these environments, and I mean really having all these different personalities, honestly, because like you got to change with the culture that you're in. So you've never
Yeah.
really been one person. And that's sometimes where we get a little lost, I think, is whenever we start forgetting like we have these core, you need to really dig deep into your core values to keep who you are but change your
Hmm.
outward uh like yeah appearance sort of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I get what you're saying because that's kind of what our youth of the year this year is kind of talking about with just kind of what she stands on is, youth programs allowing youth to discover who they are and that they can be their authentic selves because, for her growing up, she would try to modify herself to fit like the location that she was in, but like not in the sense of being herself. So like I think of it like a music perspective, right? So like music that you're influenced by. If you're being an artist yourself, music that you're influenced by, whether it's, I don't know, KB or No Big Deal, whoever, right? Those are people that influence your music so that when you're creating music, obviously their mannerisms or just their style like helps influence yours, but like you still kind of make it your own and then you develop like your own style from it. You don't
Yeah,
automatically imitate exactly them because obviously that's them, you're you. So what she was doing was like she was literally trying to imitate people instead of being herself and just kind of allowing herself to mold into her space versus she would let her space mold into her. And she's like, I don't know who the heck I am.
yeah,
So,
no, that's real.
um,
Sometimes it's really hard not to get lost whenever you're cycling through all these personalities, and it's really
for sure.
important to really like dig your roots deep into what you believe, and that's for me that's sports, that's God.
Amen.
Man, that might be the only two. I need to work on some roots.
Hey.
I need to dig my roots a little deeper. But like just something to fall back on whenever you're frustrated with who you are, basically. So it's in those moments that's when I go play sports, and when I'm out there hooping or I'm playing disc golf, like I just am re-energized because I know exactly who I am in those moments.
Yeah. No, that's real. That's real because, and it's funny that you say that, and it's really just truth because the conversation that I had with Keandre, who was the first one that we had on for this month, he kind of said the same thing. So it's like that's definitely something that is good for teens, youth to have, because for him it was like electronics, like video cameras. He does DJing, that kind of stuff. So he's like, wherever I go, like that is something that stays with me. So like whatever space I'm in, like where I can be Keandre, that's where I gravitate to, and then I allow that stuff to flow into everything else that I do. Whether he's going into the center, so like, yeah, like I like the DJ, so maybe I'll get involved in the dances that they have over there, and then in the next place, maybe I'll show people how to do music when I'm over there. So it's like you're still doing the same things because it's something that you're passionate about, but you're just kind of modifying it to the location versus the location kind of influencing you
Kind of modifying you. Yeah.
to yeah.
That's very true. I'm glad that like my statements are correlating with other people's. I was hoping I wouldn't come on here and say the complete opposite of what you've been hearing all month.
No, but it's, I mean, as it's correlating, it's just trying to help, even military kids that are struggling with that. Like, oh, like, what do I really enjoy? Oh, I really like art. Oh, I really like basketball. Or I really like STEM. Like, where can I find that stuff in the program that I'm at and and still be myself versus, oh, let me try, something that I really have no interest in, but because I really don't know where my roots are, I'm going to try it and not really like it. And then I'm going to have a miserable time instead of having a great time because I found, I'm doing the things that I enjoy.
I'd say a lot of the time as well, like you might go to a place and you just stand out. Like no matter how you put it,
Yeah.
Whether it's everyone else notices you stand out or you just feel like your frequency just does not match here. That happened to me in North Carolina, where it's it's a culture where, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of racism. There's a lot of slurs and inappropriate comments and just constantly, and I just don't feel comfortable in that environment. But you just need to give it up to God and just say like these guys are human too. These guys are these guys are made in Christ's image, and
Amen.
It's important to just remember like these guys could be me as well if they grew up in my situation. So it's like it's not their choice to be like this, and you can find God in those moments and still really appreciate and blend in.
No, for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's a great way to put it. Like for people, you have to kind of peel it back sometimes and just be like, maybe this is all that they know. Like maybe this is just all, if they were born, maybe 20 miles north, like maybe they, wouldn't be, maybe they wouldn't be as racist or something, or whatever, whatever the circumstance is. It's like, maybe this is just all they know. Maybe all, it's like you look at like even like simple things like sports teams, oh, you like the Vikings? Yeah, but like I like the Vikings because, that's all my family was like watching and hyping up, and it's like that's all I knew. So that's all I'm going to like. But it's like or food, you know what I mean? Like, like Italian food, whatever, like it's all my family got. Like I like Italian food. You never tried Chinese food? No, like it's just not what I was put in front of me. So it's like, trying to have that understanding of like, maybe this is just all they know. Instead of judging, it's like, get a better perspective. Let's get some understanding. And understanding always gives us clarity. Gives us wisdom. And so, just having that can help a lot versus because, then we're like, oh, this dude's racist, I don't want to talk to him ever. And it's like, you could be missing out on a very huge conversation because you just wrote this person off.
That's a great point. Just recently, I've been going out of my comfort zone a little bit, talking to people that I don't exactly match the frequency with. Just recently I went to the driving range, golf, my first time, and
Nice.
I was mixed up in a group that I normally don't really want to mix up with. A lot of I don't know, people not doing the best things, but you just kind of get in that moment and you just say like, yeah, these guys are people too. Let's try our best to have
Yeah.
this conversation and develop this relationship, and maybe you'll find out something about them that you actually really respect, and you can move forward with this. And in that moment, I went out of my comfort zone and I met someone who I hadn't met before actually, who came from
Hmm.
Thailand, but he's from Israel. His name's
Okay.
Alon, and he is probably going to be on the Olympic swimming team for Israel someday. And that
That's
is,
wild.
you know, I just never would have had that conversation with him about how we both want to go pro in a sport and how it's like other people, you know, like give up
Yeah,
on this dream and all that. Like just a really good, deep conversation that I wouldn't have had if I didn't step out of my comfort zone in that way.
for sure. 100%. Yeah, the biggest thing, this actually hit me recently, and this is something that I'm gonna kind of preach on Sunday at my church. Is it's not my testimony, but like when I tell you, like it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like I was literally so- sobbing, like full tears, like everything at my desk. And so I was watching a video on TikTok, and normally, not that like I'm against, and I'm being real, like not that I'm against like preachers talking on TikTok. You just, as any Christian, any believer, like you obviously are just trying to be mindful of how many preachers you listen to,
Yeah, true.
and just what they're talking about, just obviously using your discernment in that. But for some reason, when this dude started the video, it like I couldn't swipe. Like I like had to focus in and dial in. I had my headphones in, so I was like just like super dialed in. So to sum up the video, pastor is a pastor. He's saying like I went to my barber. I went to get a haircut, and when I went to get my haircut, they said that my barber wasn't available, and so they were gonna give me somebody else. And he was like, "All right, whatever. Like, I'm here. We'll get the haircut." So then they call the girl over, and she comes around the corner. She's got, I don't know. He said she had like crazy colored hair, piercings in her, like all over her face, tattoos, like all the things, just like punk, type of style, right? And he was like, "Oh boy, here we go." And so like he sits down, and again, being a pastor, like obviously like you have, just a certain mentality. But so he sits down and he's like, man, like in his head, he's like, man, like I'm just gonna go to sleep because there's nothing that I could say that she wants to hear, and there's nothing that she could say that I probably want to hear, just by looking at her. And so she was like cutting his hair or whatever, and then the conversation came about, and I think she said, I can't remember the video quite too much, but I think she said something along the lines of like, "Oh, like I've seen you before," or she asked him like what he did. Oh, I think she asked him what he did. And he was like, "Oh, I'm a pastor at this church." And she was like, "Oh, I've actually been to that church." And he was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, like I've been," she was like, I think like her family was like trying to get back to God or something, or they were dealing with drugs, and so they were trying to get back to God. So she's like, "My mom told me to go to your church because you have a bookstore and to get a Bible." And so she's like, "I walked in and I got a Bible, and we took it home or whatever." So she walks in, she gets the Bible. Her family's been dealing with drugs, I think. And so I don't remember necessarily what happened in between, but essentially the moral of the story and what he was talking about, and he was like, "Man, like I am so sorry that like I didn't talk to you about Jesus.
Mm.
Like I judged you based on how you looked and didn't, want to, essentially didn't want to bring it up." And it like for me it hit me like a ton of bricks because like I was praying earlier that day, and I was asking God, I was like, what because I was kind of struggling with my prayer, and I was just like, I'm having a hard time finding the words. Like, help me find the words. And with the video, seeing the video, it was like, what I really want you to do is like, I want you to stop being so silent when it comes to people. It's like you, whether it's, you know, whoever, like people at your job, and like I thought of my job, right, of like just the people that's there, like how many times like I just didn't say anything because I was afraid, you know, they'd reject it, they'd, you know, not want to talk to me, like all things that we think of when it comes to these scenarios. And it's like, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was like, I went through that same scenario, but the thing that popped in my head was like, what if they accept it? Like what if they're all on board for it? But it was just like, instead of just writing people off, like seize that opportunity and just bring it up, because like you just never know who you're going to connect with, who it's going to work, like if it's going to work, and like people you could be saving, right? Obviously that's our main thing, you know, create disciples. It's what we're called to do. And so like I'm telling you, I watched the rest of it, and when he was like, I'm sorry that I didn't tell you about Jesus, like I literally was like sobbing at my desk, like just full tears, just like, if it wasn't a wake up call for me, you know, I mean it was, but I'm saying if it wasn't a wake up call for me, like I hope that it's a wake up call for anybody that's listening to this, to just not write people off, just like you said, like, and just have those conversations, build those relationships, and you never know the people that you could impact by not writing them off.
I had a similar experience just the other day, actually, where it was I was in a Grab, and Grab is like our version of Uber here.
Gotcha.
And I was going home. It was pretty late. Might have been after a bike ride or something. I don't know. I don't remember. But I was going home, and my driver was an older Asian guy for sure. And I had my earbuds in. I was vibing. I was listening to Graduation. And I just got this like, I just had this feeling that I should talk to the guy. Just all of a sudden. I couldn't really explain it because I really didn't want to in that moment. Like,
yeah.
and I just felt like I should. And I was just like, God, are you telling me to talk to this guy right now? Like, I'm listening to Graduation, God. I do not want to do this. And then I said, well, I didn't say it, but in my head, I said, can you give me a sign if I really should talk to this guy? You know, because like, I don't know. It had been a long day. Like
yeah, and you just want confirmation, you know, you just want like, Lord, is this really what you want?
30 seconds later, at a red light, this guy falls asleep at the wheel. Just,
oh snap.
Like, and then it goes
wild.
green light, guy behind honks, he wakes up, he keeps driving, and I'm like, that's about as clear of a sign as you can get. Like if I don't talk to this guy and keep him awake, I could literally crash. Like that is
dang. Yeah,
sometimes he's vague, and sometimes it's pretty straightforward. Like, so yeah, I talked to him. And
no, facts.
He was a nice guy, and I'm glad I was his last drive of the day, so I hope he got home safe.
Yeah, amen to that. Glory to God for that. Yeah, it was not to go on another story because I want to again be mindful of time and kind of wrap up, but that's why I created this shirt, because like sometimes we expect God to move in like just these big miraculous, crazy, you know, overpowering things of like, you know, spectacular light and performance, and not that he performs. Use that very loosely. But you know what I'm saying? Just like these big grandiose type of things. And it's like sometimes God is just like he'll just talk to you in a whisper. And, you know, so I created this shirt. It's God moves in the whispers and the thunder, because it's like you said, like sometimes like you be real subtle and you're just like, I think God's trying to talk to me. And then other times he just like smacks you in the face and you're just like, oh yeah, I got it. Okay, I got it. All right, I see you. I got you.
That's what happened. Like kind of both of those. Like he was kind of nudging me. He was telling me, And he just kind of slapped me away.
He's like, all right, I'm going to try to whisper to Caspian. I'm going to see if he's listening. And then you were like, are you sure? And he's like, all right, this fool ain't listening to me. All right, hold up. Let me really get his attention now. Let me get his attention. But I mean, he does it to all of us. And sometimes I'm like, man, like, I wish I paid attention earlier because, you know, whether it's, you know, maybe I missed something or whatever. So I'm like, you know, that's definitely one thing I always pray for too, is like, please block out the distractions. Cause like, if you're trying to talk to me and it's a whisper, like I want to make sure I can hear you.
I'm glad you brought up the shirt. Cause like, that's something I kind of wanted to talk about. And yeah, we got to be mindful of time here, but I want to say like, I mean, just great job with the merch, man. It's so cool. Genuinely, like,
Thanks, man.
I know I got excuses. Like, I live far away. Shipping's expensive. Like, but I would just love to rep some. And when I get to the States, you know I'm buying some. But it is just so cool to make like good modern designs, but also still rep God, like rep what you believe in. Like it is so cool. And when I don't know, you guys are really good at making designs, man. It's really impressive, actually.
Thank you. Yeah, man. I'm just trying to. I mean, yeah, it's not about me. It's about God, and I pray. You know, I continue to just try to make sure that this is something He wants me to do, and I mean, first and always is that it just glorifies Him and not me. That's really the goal when it comes down to it. Everything else is just extra.
I think I'm gonna try. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be tough to get the stars to align, but I'm gonna try my best to wear some of your merch at Worlds this year. See because if I get uncoverage, if I get lead card, then a couple thousand people will see that at the very least.
Hey, yeah, we'll talk. We'll figure it out. We'll make it happen if you really want to do it.
I would love to, man. I would genuinely love to.
We'll figure it out. I got you. But yeah, man. Thank you so much. This was. I know there was a lot of hiccups when it comes to wonderful technology, but I really before it. Not this bad, but we haven't really gone this long in a long time. So you know anything is possible, but. I really do want to thank you for literally like kind of not flipping your schedule, but I mean like getting up mega early, 12 hours ahead of us and visiting us from tomorrow and and coming and having a conversation with us. So I really do appreciate it because, you know, obviously without our guests, without the perspectives, it's like you guys really help make the podcast happen. So, you know, we just appreciate people like you that kind of go above and beyond to make this happen. So I really appreciate it.
It was my pleasure, man. It's very important to have these conversations to go deeper than just like everyday life. Like it really rejuvenates the soul, and it's important. That's something that's probably what I would end on is like go out and have a conversation with some people like that you really trust and believe in, because like you'll find like a drastic difference in your life if you do that more often.
100%. Yeah, definitely a great way to end. I want to say just again, peace and God bless to everybody that has been tuning in to this amazing episode. Thank you for dealing with just the technology issues and everything like that. Hopefully we'll get this sorted in post. We'll be fine. It's going to be an amazing episode. Obviously if you're listening now, you've heard the amazing episode, but, again, I want to shout out the team, shout out Krispy, shout out Life. I appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to everybody that has been tuning in. Again, like, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, do whatever. But until next time, my name is Jay Faith. We also have Caspian all the way from Singapore. And this is the Right Mind Podcast. We will catch y'all next time. What's up?